there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
So today we are talking Diddy because he can't stop, he won't stop. There is another sexual assault lawsuit, you guys. Make it make sense, and this one has the complexion for protection, so watch how this is going to be reported differently versus all of the other cases that involve black women, you guys. So let's get into it. So this is from TMZ, but it's everywhere. New Diddy sexual assault lawsuit. Woman claims he drugged and raped her. A new Diddy accuser is suing him over multiple sexual assaults she claims started back in the 90s after they met in New York City. TMZ has learned. April Lampros said that she was a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology, and she says he offered to mentor her in the fashion industry. After showering her with gifts and flowers, April claims that they met up in 1995 at a Soho bar where he plied her with alcohol and then brought her back to his room at the Millennium Hotel. In the documents, April said she started to feel ill and as if the walls were closing in on her as Diddy allegedly started to force himself on her. She says she was still conscious but unable to defend herself when he began raping her. April said she woke up the next morning nude, sore, and confused. April says months later she heard from Diddy as he began pursuing her again. She claims he lured her with access to music industry events. In the lawsuit, her attorney describes her as a hopeful yet naive college student and took Mr. Combs at his word and believed that the first RAPE was a possible mulligan and decided to give him a second chance. She claims that they were on their way to dinner, walking to his car in a parking garage when he forced her to perform oral sex on him. April says a garage attendant saw them, but Diddy was unfazed. After the alleged incident, April says she rejected his continued invitations and he grew angry, calling her incessantly and threatening to blacklist her in the industry. She claims he developed a, quote, mobster persona. April claims there was an incident in 1986 where he ordered her to his apartment, and when she got there, she was introduced to Kim Porter. She claims he forced ecstasy down her throat and then demanded that she have sex with Kim while he masturbated. Eventually, she alleges he raped her again. April says she finally broke things off in 1998, but then had a run-in with Kim at a restaurant where April was working. According to the suit, Kim told the restaurant owner April had tried to poison her, and if he didn't fire her, Diddy would shut down his business. April says she was fired. In the docs obtained that was filed by Tyrone Blackburn, April says she and Diddy ran into each other once more in Rockefeller Center around the end of 2000 or early 2001 when she points out he was dating Jennifer Lopez. After exchanging pleasantries, she claims Diddy ended up coming back to her apartment where he suddenly violently grabbed her and forced himself onto her. But she was able to fight him off and he left. And then there's this. Sometime last year, April claims someone told her then boyfriend that he had seen the video of her having sex with Diddy. In the suit, she says she's been told Diddy recorded the sexual encounter without her knowledge and has shown the video to multiple people. She is suing Diddy for sexual assault, battery, and intention and infliction of emotional distress, but she also lists Bad Boy Records, Aristas, and Sony Music Entertainment as defendants, claiming they enabled him to commit the crimes. We have reached out to Diddy's camp for comment, nothing back yet. April's attorney is also representing Rodney Jones and Liza Gardner in the lawsuits they filed against Diddy late last year. Additionally, he is representing Grace O'Mark, sorry if I'm saying your last name wrong, who sued Diddy's son Christian Combs, alleging sexual assault. The Lampros suit comes on the heels of the former model Crystal McKenney suing Diddy earlier this week for an alleged assault in 2003. And it's going to keep coming, you guys. Can't stop, won't stop. This is bad. And I knew the moment that we finally got footage released of how Diddy really gets down and treats these women, it was going to be open season. And since we have two more lawsuits that have been filed, two more accusations from people who have the complexion for protection, and this is going to be blasted everywhere, you guys. This is going to be now, you've taken advantage in RAPE and DRU, GGED, these people? Oh, we're about to go to town on you. We're about to make sure you lose it all now. And notice how they're fast-tracking these documentaries, you guys. They announced the other day that 50 Cent won the bid with Netflix to, air his Diddy documentary. And there's already one currently airing on Tubi. But they are going to continue to drop all of these lawsuits, all of these accusers, and they are going to drain this out until nobody can, drain anything any further. So we've got a long road ahead of us, you guys, but it is not good for Diddy at all. And then the worst part about this is he has a lot of long-standing relationships with a lot of people in this industry. So on one hand, there are some people in this industry who either were also, potentially abused and taken advantage of by Diddy that are being quiet for that reason, or they were willing participants or knew about this but are still remaining quiet because they don't want their tea exposed. So it's a terrible situation for all of the celebrities that have ever had ties to Diddy, especially his close friends, his close allies, and then pay attention to the people who are still trying to defend Diddy when it is all said and done. And look how long it took the Breakfast Club to finally hold Diddy to the fire, and it was only because the Cassie video dropped. Had the Cassie video not dropped, they still would have been riding the fence and saying that these cases we can't make a decision until there's a decision on the case and it's fully pursued in the court of law. No. If there is tons of receipts and tons of documentation that support what these claims people are making, and there are similar, accounts on these lawsuits of Diddy in one way or the other trying to force himself on people, trying to, DRUG people, and then having cameras all around filming these acts, even though he doesn't want people to have any cameras or phones or any type of recording software in his home, that he has these alleged parties, these alleged freak-offs, but it's okay for him to secretly record these people without their knowledge, you guys. And then this obsession, again, because this also was in Cassie's lawsuit, how he wanted her to hook up with other people in front of him while he watched, right? So again, there are similar accounts that are in a lot of these lawsuits, right? For anybody that's going to say, oh, they're just trying to take down a black man. No. There are similar accounts that are in these lawsuits. Otherwise, these big-time attorneys wouldn't be taking it on, you guys. But it is just sickening. It is just disgusting, and I feel like we haven't even heard the worst of it, and perhaps the worst of it might even be in the documentary, but it is just ugly, you guys. It is just ugly. And I get it, some of you are shell-shocked because you like Diddy, you like his songs, you like what he did for the culture and all the things, but we have to take a stand at some point that right is right and wrong is wrong. And you can't just be willy-nilly now that you know who the real Diddy is, even though there were rumors. Even though 50 Cent tried to tell us, and some of us believed him, and some of us just thought he was being a hater or trolling, he was consistent in which saying that Diddy was problematic, right? And gave concrete examples in the past of how inappropriate Diddy was as it pertained to inviting people to his parties and inviting 50 Cent and other men to do a whole shopping spree with him. Right? So it's been out there, and as well as former employees of Diddy who have also spoken out on him in the past. However, those stories would quickly get swept under the rug, or we would never hear from them again, and until now. Right? Until now, where, like I said, it is open season on Diddy. Everybody now is going to be exposing him that can, and the people who won't in the industry are people either who, like I said, either were active participants in this, or knew about all of this and chose not to say or do anything, or in the, slight chance maybe a few other people may be in the same situation as Cassie, to where there was a lot of things that Diddy did to them that they're still traumatized about. Right? So it's just a lot to, digest when you continue to, wrap your mind around and piece together the other lawsuits and the other claims from other victims. And it's just a sad situation, you guys. It is just a sad situation all the way around. Prayers to the victims and their families, because again, remember, for one of the victims that was a black woman, Diddy wanted her information revealed to the public. so that she could get slandered and dragged. And this was before the Cassie video came out. And again, up until the Cassie video, Diddy kept saying that all these, lawsuits against him were lies, and that he was going to clear his name and prove his innocence. And then that Cassie video dropped. So I, anticipate potentially more footage that's going to drop. I also anticipate, as we